They'll be calling you a radical. So, hands up! No nuke. So, the echo chamber has reported Kevin Blanch's words, word for word, like they do, several days after. Word for word, Kevin Blanch. Chernobyl's not the biggest threat in Ukraine. It's the other 15 reactors. Not a word. So the echo chamber, called mainstream media, is regurgitating Kevin Blanch's work like that. It's not how many are watching. Oh, it's who's watching. Very few run this world. Putin has made the biggest mistake of his czar, his kingdom, his kingism. That's what dictators do. We know in Russian history, and I will go back all the time to the same thing. We know how it plays out. I will always go back to October 7th, 2006. He hadn't been in power long when he started to. She's from Brooklyn. I was in Brooklyn when that happened. Anna, when he murdered her in broad daylight on his birthday in cold blood, she stood up to him. This is the biggest mistake freaking I think a leader's made in a long time. You don't think the wheels behind here are spinning? Is Biden playing checkers, chess, or Monopoly? Who's too old and senile to play anything? You know, geezers is Caesars. Trump, I mean, this United States Senate is 180 years old. We should have term limits because when you don't have term limits, this is what you get. Narcissism, old age. They're going to go down. They're going to be the next Caesar. Exactly. Let's get out your violin, Kevin. As Rome burns. I screamed and screamed and screamed and yelled. I screamed and yelled and no one listened to me. It's the ecology, stupid. As Blanche fiddle. To the people, Ukraine, I'm with you. I stand with you 1,000%. You know, my partner, the best anti-nuclear I ever knew in my life. Her and I were partners. Anna, she died of leukemia at 38 years old. Born and raised in that city. She said the 26th of April 1986, the door. Let's go. They're doing the same thing in Ukraine. You seen them? Oh, they're out in force. They're not going to go down with a call through. They're going to go down fighting. And the United States, the powers there be, CIA, MI6, Mossad versus KGB. Really? Huh. We know how it ends in Russia. It's always end the same way in Russia. Stillman from Georgia. God, what a year. He drops dead, FDR. Then they find Truman. Got the bombs. What did Churchill use to poison him? Live by the sword. Die by the sword. This is the giant mistake. You think the powers of this world, the real powers that run this freaking theater and show, are going to put up with this? Oh, I'm telling you, this is a European capital, an ancient historic European capital, being attacked by a foreign entity. It's been a long time. Who would have believed it? My uncle, Battle of the Bulge, Omaha Beach, D-Day. He wouldn't talk much about it. He was a beast, this dude. Mind like a trap. Spoke 7 languages, taught fluently. My father nuked to death in Nevada test site. CIA. I says, you CIA to my dad? Nope. I certainly am not. My uncle, the famous firefighter just buried at Arlington, the famous fire. You CIA? I certainly am not. Oh, okay, sure you're not. Drafted he was. My dad. We know what they do. We know what these military powers that be do. This is a giant mistake. So I made it 10 years. 10 years today. It's my big day. 10 years ago today, everybody prayed for me all over the world. That's back when I had a following, before everybody drank the political Kool-Aid and ran for me and Joseph Grubel, I mean Joseph Google. You kettle me, I'll kettle you. It's not. For you have to seek out the truth. For I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I fear no evil. And what Putin has done is pure evil. So every single man, woman, and child in Ukraine, I'm 100% with you. Chernobyl, the biggest reactor in Europe's there. He said he's going to stay and fight. If Putin kills him, talk about blood on the snow. Is Biden playing checkers, chess, or Monopoly like his predecessors? Bush, well, he wasn't playing anything. He got played. We know what fools went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban, went off to Iraq to get a big old sack, went off to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. Meanwhile, back on the Russian ranch, King Z and the world was expanding their military capabilities while we were busy chasing boogeymans. Nobody in Afghanistan ever harmed a hair on anybody's pre-9/11 of the United States of usury. No in Iraq. Saddam Hussein did not have weapons of mass destruction. Pat Tillman did not fight off 9 billion gazillion fucking Al-Qaeda. Manufactured Jessica Lynch had to sue to get back her Purple Heart. Manufactured propaganda. Toss, provide. Now who's the propaganda? Who's the propaganda machine? State-run media. If you don't think this is state-run media, for you must seek out the truth. It's not who's watching, it's how many's watching. The United States, we know, I'm telling you, we know how it ends in Russia. We know. This is the biggest mistake by a military dictator